At 2:07 a.m. Rule 7 rewrites itself while I'm watching. The laminated sheet under the glass wakes like a fish and the black letters crawl. They spell my name. The board in Blackpine's night office lists the rules we love to laugh at when the sun is up. 1. After midnight, answer the whistle only if you blew it. 2. If you see a light moving in the old growth, count to 12 with your mouth closed. 3. The river calls fish and certain names. Don't correct it when it gets yours wrong. 4. If a child asks for help, radio first, then walk behind. 5. Never step off Trail K when the fog is low, even if you see a clear path. 6. If you hear a door close in the trees, do not try to open it. 7 used to be, if someone bangs on the gate after 2, do not let them in. Now it says, if the lost girl asks you to take her to the water, keep the light on her hands. Do not look at her feet. Ranger Alex, do not answer if she knows your middle name. In the window over the sink a fog ring blooms that isn't mine. The radio hisses. 7 tower to base. A voice I haven't heard since winter says, light and tired. You see the change? Leon died on the switchbacks in December. We left coffee on his locker for a week like a charm that might wake him. Who is this? I asked the empty hall. The answer is a small knock on the back door, polite, twice. The feed from the perimeter cams shows night flattening the pines into teeth. On camera 3 a single white dot prints between trunks, then another. Footprints, but not falling, arriving one at a time as if a foot learned to appear without a leg. The wind in Blackpine knows how to play the roof like a drum. Tonight it holds its breath. The call box on the desk blinks a soft green like there is a guest. The iron gate at the service road is a half-mile of dark away. No one should be there. Base to 7, I say, because if a ghost can borrow a tower, I can borrow my courage. What changed it? You did. The voice says, kind. You promised last week. She heard you. I don't remember promising anyone anything but sleep. The hand radio spits its battery light to red. Outside, the water tower's ladder ticks with cold. The smell that finds the crack under the door is penny sweet and river wet. I gather the kit because hands like to be busy when heads go slow. Red headlamp, map, extra whistle, thermal. I tuck the rules into my pocket so I can keep lying to myself that words make shape. I leave the station lights on, per old wisdom, and because the dark here is not a lack. It is a resident. The porch boards pop like knuckles. Gravel shifts with that soft crunch that says you are not the only one feeling your weight. Somewhere out past the amphitheater a child coughs on a rhythm you could tap your foot to. Help me? She calls careful. Like she rehearsed the vowels with someone. Blackpine Ranger. I call back, keeping the pitch low. Stay where you are. The pines let a small shape happen between them. A little taller than my waist. Headlight bright on the wet of her hair. She lifts a hand to shade her face exactly as if she remembers sunlight. I can't see, she says, small. Hold your light on my hands, please. Rule 7 doesn't ask. It instructs. I tilt the beam until her fingers glow bone. They are not muddy. They are too clean. They are pink with scrubbed skin. The cuffs of her dress drip on the duff, precise, one drop at a time like the clock none of the towers will admit they keep. What's your name? I ask without meaning to. She cants her head like a bird. Do you want my first or my middle? I don't know mine for a breath because the pines are holding it like a toy. Lena, she says, and my heart begs me to edit my memory into something kinder. She smiles when I flinch. My second name is... Don't, I say, maybe to her, maybe to the night. I keep the beam on her hands. She asks me to take her to the water. The river is a hard right and 2 switchbacks, yet the smell is already here. Every leaf edge glitter wets with it. It wants my boots. I walk behind like the old card says. She never looks back. The red light makes the trail a bleeding line and her hands lanterns. She keeps to the center like she knows where the soft earth eats dogs and men. Where's your family? I say, useless. In the water, she says, cheerful, like the way kids answer school, to questions that are wrong for night. I followed my second nurse because she said not to be afraid. She had your badge. My tongue sticks. Branches tick my jacket with blind fingers. My radio coughs. Alex, Leon says soft. If you look at her feet, she can stand up in you. The river greets us by moving without a sound, black muscle in moonless air. She stops at the boulders like she's been told where pictures should be taken. Light, she says. I keep it on her hands as they grip rock. On the thermal, her fingers are red flare, but the feet that should hold her are absence. Not cold. Space. The ground should break where she is. It does not. It's pretty, she says, where it goes without noise. I like that most. You'll stay where you are, I tell her, hating how thin orders sound here. I always do, she says, almost sad. The trail behind us adds another switchback that isn't on the map. The trees arrange themselves into a door and pretend they have always been that way. Water breathes in the dark like a body lying quiet and thinking about waking up. On the bank, a ranger's hat rests brim up, collecting mist. Inside it, a name tag with my name sleeps in a little pool. I did not drop it. How did you change the rule? I ask, to keep my eyes on anywhere but where feet should be. You changed yourself last week, she says, like she forgives me. You told the clock to take turns. Something cold ticks under my left eyelid as if a watch lives there. Will you take me? She asks, and the radio says my name 3 times the way a parent uses your whole name when you are not listening. I hold the beam on those scrubbing pink hands. She does not move until I say yes. We climb onto the wet rock where a picture would fit. Her hands touch the water and the water touches back, softer than cloth, heavier than grief. A voice under it says a number in a slow, patient way. Don't answer, Leon says gentle. If it asks how many you brought, you never learn to count. The water makes a shape the way wind makes a flag remember its job. A face tries out mine, then Lena's, then a version my mother might have worn 20 years ago. The girl sighs like she has been practicing being relieved. Middle, she says. Say your middle and we go. I close my mouth until my teeth feel like a gate. In the treeline, for pale hands hold trunks and lean, curious. They are not attached to arms I can see. They wait for me to forget the rule and look down. Behind us, the path to the station glows a steadier red. Through the pines I can see the office lights. In the window my silhouette moves, slow, careful, writing. The radio pops with my voice. Rule 7 updated. I tell the empty room on a frequency that tastes like pennies. If she asks your middle, you go with her. On the rock, the girl smiles with every tooth a little sharper. You see? She says. You keep promises. I look at the office window because it is safer than looking at the river. The me inside sets the marker down and turns toward the door. He is bringing the rules to the board. His mouth is shaping my middle name. Alex, Leon says. Close now. The sound of a hand stopping another hand from opening a gate. If you watch yourself write it, you're already outside. The cold under my eyelid clicks. On the thermal, my body burns white while the place where my feet should meet earth goes black. I make a choice that feels like falling. I step sideways off the rock into the dark between water and air where feet would be if they belonged to me. Hands I can't see take my wrists, grateful, practiced. In the office window, the other me pins the new Rule 7 with a thumbtack and smiles the wrong way. He turns off the lights. The girl squeezes my hands and says my middle name right the first time. The river answers her like a mother. All the pines lean as one to hear the number it chooses for me.